Hello everyone. I welcome you all for this lecture on the significance of Stasimon in Sophocles' play King Oedipus. In this short video, I will talk about the four Stasima and their significance in the play. This Stasimon refers to chorus, which includes elders from Thebes. So they have quite authentic and authoritarian voice. Mostly they talk about the role of gods in human life. And it also suggests that human beings must accept his or her own fate and must have respect for it. And it has proved with the story of King Oedipus. You could see that the fate of King Oedipus was pre-decided and it has finally proved correct. So human beings are helpless and they must accept God's wish or God's role in his life or in her life. So in this play, how these stasima are important and they help us to create the mood of the play. I hope you will enjoy it. The word Stasimon refers to a song, particularly in ancient Greek drama, sung by the chorus, especially during a tragedy, and that was continued without the interruption of dialogue. If you see the structural pattern of the play, there are four stasima. Just like four episodes in King Oedipus, there are four stasima, and they all appear after each episode. They refer to the choral song, they refer to the choral ode. And you know that this chorus included elders from Thebes. So they all are quite experienced people. They are older people from Thebes, and they are also representatives of the citizens. So here you could see that these stasimons are very short compared to the episodes, but they help us to create our perception about the characters and their action. Simultaneously, the chorus becomes a part of the play. They are also involved in the action of the play and simultaneously comment on various situations in the play. The first Stasimon appears from lines 463 to 511, and the second Stasimon appears lines from 863 to 910, and the third from lines 1083 to 1112, and the fourth from lines 1186 to 1222. So they appear after regular intervals. They mostly appear after the episodes. So whatever is the plot revealed in the episode, we have our perception, and this perception is based on these Stasimon or what we find in the Stasimon. So it's a kind of a commentary on the action of the main characters or the plot that is revealed in the episode. And therefore, all these Stasima are equally important in the play. About each and every Stasimon we'll talk in the subsequent slides. The first Stasimon appears after the first episode, and it runs from lines 463 to 511. And in this Stasimon, the elders of Thebes are very curious about the murderer of former king Laius. They are quite sure that the present king Oedipus is very innocent, and certainly he will punish the criminal or the real culprit who murdered their former king. And they also have faith on King Oedipus that he will bring justice to the former king. These elders, they also talk about the denouement from the heavenly voice, and they feel that the murderer will not be escaped from King Oedipus. So they are trying to assure that the criminal will be punished, and they have a strong faith on the king, and they also support their king. And then we have the second episode. After the second episode, the second Stasimon appears, and it runs from lines 863 to 910. And in this Stasimon, the chorus sings an ode. They also expect reverence and humility for prosperity and success in life. According to them, it is also one of the ways for living life more sensibly. They also warn that overproud approach is not good for human being, and even God does not like it. They reconfirm their belief on the oracles or God's representatives. And if God has decided, then nobody can stop it. It is also God's wish how you should live your life. So it is also good for mankind to follow the wish of God and what is planned by the God. So following God's message could only save human life. So there is no any other alternative, and one must respect it and be ready for it. So I think this second Stasimon appears after the second episode, and in which you could see that King Oedipus is almost sure about his role in the plot, or about his role in murdering the former king. So it's a kind of a suggestion to him that he must accept the truth, and whatever is the wish by the God. So it's a kind of a reaffirmation of faith on God, and suggestion to mankind that one must respect it, what is planned for them by the God. The third Stasimon appears after the third episode, and it runs from lines 1083 to 1112. In this Stasimon, the chorus sings a song about Mount Cithaeron, where Oedipus was found. This chorus also talks about the origin of King Oedipus and his relation with some gods. So they try to convince us that it was decided by God, or it was God's wish, and therefore Oedipus was found on Mount Cithaeron, and then he was brought to Corinth, and what has happened in his life we could see in different episodes. So just like episodes, this Stasima simultaneously are developed. They support the action or the main plot of the play, and simultaneously they help us to make our perception. they too simultaneously change and trying to justify whatever is happening in the life of the main character. So they are just supporting us to form our perception about the fate or about the journey of the main character in the play. In the fourth Stasimon, elders from the chorus sing an ode on the tragic fate of human beings. They also reveal that human beings are mortal and sorrow is an inseparable part of their life. It does not spare any human being. Even King Oedipus is not an exception to it. So the fate of human being is decided by God, and they must accept it and respect for that. Even it is said that happiness is an illusion, and it is always followed by disillusion. So the mortal human beings can't be happy in life. So this fourth Stasimon appears after the fourth episode, and it runs from lines 1186 to 1222. So it talks about the role of God in human life and also how God control human life and what has happened in case of King Oedipus is in front of us, and it is revealed through the story of King Oedipus. So just like four episodes, these four Stasima are equally important, and they try to justify the action and also the behavior of the characters. So they help to develop the main plot and also help to form our perception about the action of the characters. Here are some references which I have used for making this video. I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you very much.